Ladies and gentlemen.
Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Kia ora. Welcome to Kahikatea News. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Jess. Today on Kahikatea News, we have three very interesting stories. We will bring you the story of the young man who was crazy enough to surf a tsunami wave, a story about the man who made his dream of a money tree come true, and we find out about our new way of being totally safe. But first up,
Kevin Avec is a keen young surfer in Hawaii who gained his fame when he surfed a massive tsunami at Kazama Beach last week. This action had a huge risk factor associated with it, but Kevin Avec wanted to show the world what he could do. Kevin is the holder of the New Zealand Championship title, won at Raglan in January, and he was out on his board at Kazama Beach when the tsunami arrived, and he just knew that he had to surf that wave. This week, Kevin has returned back to his New Zealand base. Here's our on-the-spot reporter Eilish with more on the story.
Hello, I'm Eilish, and I'm here with New Zealand champion surfer Kevin Avec. Hi Kevin, and thanks for joining us today. So how did you find out about the tsunami heading your way?
Well, the night before the tsunami happened, I found out that there was this huge earthquake in Japan, and the Japanese people sent out messages around the world saying that there was going to be a big tsunami in Hawaii the following day.
Did you think that there were any risks involved with surfing this giant wave?
Well, yeah, of course I knew there were risks. Many people have died from even trying to escape from tsunamis, but I was 100% sure that I'd be able to surf this wave.
So what other giant waves have you surfed?
I've surfed many giant waves in Hawaii and Madagascar, but my favourite ultimate place to catch giant waves is in Morocco because of its extreme hot weather and of the giant waves. But it wasn't even near as big as this one.
So how did you feel after you had accomplished this amazing feat?
I felt this great joy of happiness, and I felt very special because I'd accomplished something that no one else in history had ever accomplished before.
And have you had any criticism of your actions?
Well, yes. Many people have criticised my actions, but I stayed positive and kept training so that I could catch waves like this.
Okay, thanks Kevin, and that's all from me. Now back to you, Jess, in the studio.
an interesting interview, thanks, Eilish. And now, for something completely different. We are now going to meet a man who had a dream that all of his people of his nation will someday be as rich as he is. Cha-Ching is the millionaire Kiwi who has been experimenting with the development of new strains of trees through joining cuttings of different trees together, and he has sensationally announced that he has produced a money tree. He claims that different varieties of his trees produce different notes, anything from $5 notes to $50 notes. His trees produce a crop each day, and he wants to encourage New Zealanders to plant his seedlings so they can too benefit from this amazing discovery. Cha-Ching has recently moved to an undisclosed location where he has a whole orchard of these trees, producing an endless supply of money. Now over to our reporter, Chelsea.
Thanks, Jess. I'm Chelsea, and joining me now is Cha-Ching. Welcome, Mr. Ching. Tell us, is there a reason why you want to share this good fortune with your fellow New Zealand citizens?
Well, I feel that people should have a money tree in their backyard because there's always a time when they need to buy something, but they never have enough money.
Has the safety of you and your family been in danger since this discovery?
Yes, people have tried to steal it, and I've been threatened numerous times, but by putting it on the market, I hope that it stops.
Do you ever worry about what might happen to our society if lots of money trees become freely available and people will never have to go out and work again?
No, because you need a certain thing to grow the plants, and so that's why they come pre-planted. And also, it takes 4 weeks for a note to grow fully, and you never know how big that note's going to be till it's finished.
Right. Well, thank you, Mr. Ching. And we're out of time. Over to you, Caitlin.
Thanks, Chelsea. And now for something completely different. Say goodbye to wrapping you and your children up in cotton wool. Now you can wrap yourself up in the new material, which is very warm, beautifully insulated, and very stylish. It's a new fashion style created by leading New Zealand designer Jessica at her Hamilton studio. Essentially, the new material uses bubble wrap produced especially for her range of clothing in China. Tests have shown that wearers of this clothing can survive harsh winter conditions, survive bad falls, and that wearers have also escaped unharmed from car crashes thanks to the protective nature of the material. Let's cross to our on-the-spot reporter who has more on the situation. Over to you, Regan.
Thanks, Caitlin. And joining me now is Jessica, the creator of this brand new clothing line. What inspired you to create this safe clothing line?
It would have to be my passion for extreme sports, especially wrestling. I'm a 12-time champion, so safety is very important to me. And sometimes the provided protection just isn't enough. So I designed this suit.
So, how comfortable is the suit?
It's actually surprisingly comfortable once you get into it.
So, how long does that take though?
Half an hour on a good day. But in the past, it's taken me up to 3 hours just to get dressed in the morning.
So how eco-friendly is the suit?
Not at all. I can't be bothered with all that hippy-dippy stuff. I'm just not a hippy-dippy tree-hugging type person. Sorry.
Well, that's a nice person. So, back to Eden with the weather.
Thank you, Regan, and hello, New Zealand. Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather. Starting in Cape Reinga, the sun is shining like a big fat orange tomorrow. If you're outside, remember lots of sunscreen, as we don't want you to turn into a tomato. Moving down the island in Auckland, there will be strong winds and dark clouds. In the morning, there will also be a slight drizzle of rain. In the Mount Maunganui area, there will be a rough storm brewing, and a hideous amount of hail will fall. This is what you guys get for all your lucky sunshine in the summer holidays. In Tron, that's aka Hamilton, you guys had better stay inside tomorrow because it will be a day of heavy rain and you will also have random outbursts of thunder in the evening. I don't even need to explain Wellington's weather. All you need to do is look at my face, which means the weather's beautiful. At the top of the South Island in Kaikoura, it will be an average day with slight winds in the morning and nice sun in the afternoon. Christchurch will get more depressing rainfall with hailstorms. You may just have to be careful when you go outside, with gumboots and rain jackets already at your front door. Now in the lower south. In Invercargill, it will be frosty and cold, with unfriendly breezes, but you may get a small visit from the sun in the early evening. You'll need it. So, that's all from me for now. Good night, New Zealand, and catch you tomorrow. Back to the news desk with Caitlin and Jess.
Thank you, Eden. For more information on any of these news items, including the tsunami surfer, the money tree, and the bubble wrap clothing, go to www.kahikateanews.co.nz. Well, folks, that's all from us.
We hope you have enjoyed this show, and we wish you all a pleasant evening. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time. From the whole team at Kahikatea News, goodbye.
Inohora.
Ladies and gentlemen. Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar-looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1. Take 2.